There we go, I hope. Hi, everybody. This is Welcome to my desktop. This is actually a real show, kind of, sort of, and I have a question, very important question to ask you guys. Now, I would be doing this outside, but it's too hot to film outside, so if I were to sit inside and film, everybody yells at me, "Oh, you're stealing Mike's thing!" And I was unaware that Mike had a lock on the sitting in front of your camera thing. Anyway, here's the reason why I want to do this show today. I want to ask you guys a question that will affect some programming. Let me explain where I'm coming from. The Olympics are coming up in London in a couple of weeks. Actually, less than 2 weeks now, isn't it? And this is usually the time that paintball players start talking, hey, wouldn't it be cool if? And I just haven't seen that. I haven't seen it yet. And it really kind of got me wondering. So before I started making a show about putting paintball in the Olympics or whatever, I figured, well, let's figure out what's lying here. So I put up an informal poll on Facebook. Let me show you guys that. That's why I have the screen. Haha. And I asked this question: would you like to see the sport of paintball in the Olympics? And over half of the responses were no. If you guys want the exact numbers breakdown, it's 53 people said no, 12 said yes, speedball only, 3 said woodsball only, and 27 said speedball or woodsball. But that's over 50% of the votes saying no, not at all. And I was thinking, wow, I know I'm jaded, but I didn't realize that my audience was this jaded. So I figured, okay, let's ask another place too. If this was a really thorough question, I would ask it about 20 forums, but I really didn't want to do that because I'm just kind of getting a feel for the waters here. So I asked on TechPB. And here's the breakdown on TechPB, and you can pretty much see the numbers right there. 40% said no. Outright, just said no, we don't want to see paintball in the Olympics at all. And that kind of got me wondering, okay, why not? You know, because way back in the 90s, the mid-90s, there was a huge, huge push that paintball needed to be on television, it had to be an extreme sport, and we could all be on TV, it would be really cool. But that didn't happen, it flopped miserably. And now I'm seeing a complete and total turnaround from the players saying, no, we don't want to be in the Olympics, we don't want this at all. So it leads me to ask a couple questions. The biggest one is why? Well, I got a couple ideas. The first one is that perhaps the average age of the paintball players is to that point where they don't want to. They're just dealing with it. You know, I just want to have fun. You know, I don't want to change anything. And I also see a lot of these young teenagers parroting what I see a lot of the big name celebrities do on YouTube and such. They're just repeating what other people say, no opinion of their own. And I know some people are going to complain about that, but that's what I've seen. Now, the other possibility, actually I got several possibilities, the 3 to 5 year plan guys. Are they just getting into paintball and then leaving before they really have a chance to make a difference? That's a possibility. Are people afraid to get are they afraid to get phased out? And what I mean by that is, are they looking at it of, oh, well, if this becomes a major big-time sport, then they're just gonna come in, they're gonna replace all the players with these pretty boys. It's going to be a completely different thing. All the hard work that I put into this sport is going to be trashed. And I have seen this from several of the high-end tournament guys who have vocalized on this one. Possibility is that they just don't want to play a real sport either. They don't want to play something that actually has restrictions on what they can and can't do. And the last one that I can think of, just that only makes sense to me, I'm almost convinced that the people who play paintball are convinced that paintball is dying, and it's not worth saving. Now, to that end, I want to show you guys this. This is a Facebook group, and this is called Save Paintball. These guys are convinced that paintball is dying, so we have to save it. In spite of everything I have to say about that. Alright, so where does this come in? Where do you guys come into this? Why is this just not random complaining? Well, here's the situation on my end, guys. I was thinking about this over the weekend because I had a lot of time driving, and they say that truckers have an opinion about everything because they've had time to think about it. It does work that way, guys. I could very easily put together a series of shows kind of similar to what I'm doing right now, which would be a slideshow like this, where I would be doing a monologue style of lecture, for lack of a better way to put it. I could easily do this. And I could do 5, maybe 6 episodes of it, each one being at least 10-15 minutes long, if not longer than that. talking about how to make paintball a legitimate sport, talking about how to put paintball into the Olympics, talking about what we need to do as a sport to do this. But honestly, guys, based solely on this poll here that I'm going to put on the screen again, based on these two polls, I honestly don't even know if there's an interest in it. I don't know if people want this or not. I don't know if people would be even caring of, oh, we don't want paintball to be a real sport. What's the point in that? So here's what I'm asking you guys this. I realize that this is kind of preaching to the choir, if you will. But is there interest? If I actually put the time in, and this would be a huge thing, this would be a huge time investment for me. If I were to put the time in and put together a series of how we can make paintball a legitimate sport, and it wouldn't be all the answers. Let me emphasize this too. It wouldn't be like I have all the answers, because nobody does. But it would be a starting point. It would be a point that we could begin debate, begin discussion about it. Would you want that? Do you want to see paintball as a legitimate sport? Do you want to see paintball in the Olympics? Do you want to see Major League Paintball on television? Is there even any want to this? Comment down below, guys. If you want to make a video response, I would encourage that as well. I really want to see what you have to say. So I'll change the background up the next time if you guys want to, because this is just the one that I could find that didn't have copywritten images, essentially. So thank you guys very much, and I will catch you all a little bit later. Like I said, comment down below. Let me know your guys' opinion. Comment over on Facebook. Send a private message, carrier pigeon, rescue dog, whatever.